Greetings everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna get right into this leg workout. So the way I like to start my leg day is with the machines. So I do leg extensions that I'm doing right here. Then I'll go do leg curls, which is the opposite movement, which works the hamstrings. And then I'll do some adductor and abductor with the other two leg machines, and I just do one set of these guys before I start to squat and do my calf raises, which I stagger. So I'll explain that when we get there. But right now, as you can see, I'm doing leg extensions, and pay attention to my toes. Sometimes I point my toes out at the top and sometimes I point them in at the top, or just do straight leg. So just by rotating your legs kind of in, out, or just straight, you can kind of hit different angles of that muscle, and that's a nice way to kind of hack this machine and get more out of it, because then you work different little muscles as you're working out, and I think that's important to add into this workout. So pay attention to that. And I love leg extensions, guys. And another thing here is you can see, I start off with like kind of a lightweight, like 100 or whatever it is. For you guys, just pick a weight that feels pretty light. Get in 10 reps. And then I like to then go up to my heavier weight, where I'll get anywhere from 5 to 10 more reps. And then you can even do a drop set after that if you want to go really hard for your set. Alright guys, so here, this is a leg curl machine. There's another kind where you kind of lay down in your chest. So if your gym has that one, go for it. Doesn't really matter. Whatever one you prefer. This is the only one in my current gym here. So yeah, as you can see, I adjust the chair, guys, and that's important. So if you've never been in the gym before, sometimes you might not know how to work the machine. So just make sure you set it up right. There's a little indicator on these machines. It shows you where your knee should be. So kind of just slide your seat forward and then pick a nice light weight to start with for some warm-up reps. That's kind of what I usually like to do, because guys, these initial sets are not necessarily like burnout sets. You can make them like that if you want to, but when you're just starting out, it's kind of like a warm-up to get your legs ready for squatting. So there's not too much to this exercise, guys, but in the same way that I told you how I would point my toes out, you can see here, I point my toes out and then do the reps like that, and then I'll switch eventually and I'll have my toes pointed inwards at the top. And then it's just another way to kind of change up the angles of your legs a little bit and kind of hit those hamstring muscles slightly differently throughout the set. So that's pretty much the way I like to do these, guys. Pretty straightforward. Also, something to note, so with this machine, as you can see here where I kind of lean forward, I grab the little bars there, that's going to make it a little bit easier to kind of squeeze out more reps. And some people actually just train this machine like this all the time. They don't ever really lean back. I like to just relax, lean back for the beginning of the set, and then when the set gets really intense, when you kind of pull yourself a little forward, you can bang out some more reps, and it's always good to get that. More reps, guys. More reps equals more gains, pretty much. All right, so next we got our hip abduction. This is where we're opening our legs outwards. That's the abductors, working the abductors, those outside muscles of the legs. And next, after this, we will do hip adduction, which is quite just the opposite, where you're squeezing in. And I only do one set of these in the beginning, just to prime my legs and get them all nice and warmed up for squats. There's this nice guy sitting next to me. Always a pleasure to connect with people in the gym. But pretty straightforward, guys. So find your abduction machine. If you don't have an abduction machine or an adduction machine, like you see he's doing adduction, you could use bands, guys. So if you find a place to sit on a bench or whatever, you can actually just put bands around your legs and do the same thing. And then for adduction, you would have to maybe use 2 different bands and find something on either side to hold them, which could be a little tricky, but there's ways if you get creative that you can do both of these exercises quite easily with bands, but I'm not going to show this in this video.
At least you're coming back to it. Staying active. Good, man.
Alright guys, as you already know, here I am doing the adduction machine. What's cool about this machine is depending on how open your hips are, you can kind of have them super wide like I can, because my hips are very open. I can do splits. But if you can't and you have a limited range of motion, you can just set the machine to not go out as wide. So you can really work with wherever you're at with this machine, and this actually could help you also stretch and open up your hips. That's why I like this machine. But I only do one set generally. With this, I'm not necessarily trying to get super strong adductors. This is more just a warm-up, but I do go pretty hard during my warm-up set. So as you get more used to this exercise, you can make it more intense for yourself. Also, that being said, if you really like this workout, like, go for it. You can do more sets at the end, but I generally only do this one set in the beginning. I don't do extra sets later on. That's just my preference. I used to do more sets of these, but I started to feel like it was overdeveloping my adductors and abductors, and I wasn't necessarily trying to do that. But as you see, guys, I do go pretty hard during my sets. That's just how I like to train personally. So, but you guys, you don't have to train till failure all the time. That's just kind of the way I like to train. But yeah. So now we're done with the boring stuff. This is time for the meat of the workout, guys. So as you can see, I set up a little platform so I can do calf raises. And I like to do shrugs with this. You don't have to do shrugs, but I like to do shrugs. So when I do my leg day, I also do traps. So I shrug at the top of the rep. Or as I'm going up, as I'm doing the calf raise, I'm also shrugging. And so it's kind of nice because then I get in my trap workout, and I don't have to do it during some other day, and I just kind of bang it out with my legs. So another thing to note here, guys, just how I was playing with the toe angles during the leg extensions and leg curls. Here with this calf raise, you can see my toes are pointing out. I'll do about 5 to 8 reps of that, and then I'll go to this toes pointed in angle and do another 5 to 8 reps, usually around 6 or 7. And then after that, I go just to your standard normal straight on stance, just normal like shoulder width stance. So pretty much that hits all different angles as well. If you guys do decide to adopt my shrugging technique here, just really focus on your form, and when you shrug, try to shrug up and back like you're pulling your shoulders just slightly back behind you to keep that good form. And guys, I apologize for the camera angle cutting out my face here and in some of the other clips. It was just kind of a mistake, but just following through with it, I feel like it's self-explanatory enough to get the picture across. I feel like anything beneficial that you can do during your workouts to make them a little more engaging, a little more fun, just makes training that much better. So I hope you guys enjoy this. So after this set of calf raises, we're going to now go and do our first set of squats. And then after my set of squats, I'll come back here and do another set of this. And then I'll go back to squats. So I stagger. That's called staggering, guys. That's generally how I like to do most of my workouts. I don't like to just do sets back to back to back. That there's something to that as well. Just to keep things kind of more fun for me. And that's why I like to stagger. And then I also feel like when you stagger, you give yourself a little bit of time to rest that muscle group instead of just slamming it back to back. So I feel I can kind of get in more intense sets that way, but that's just me. So here, guys, as you can see, I am squatting. Basic bodyweight squat. That's a really good way to warm up. Even if you're experienced with squats, it's always good to warm up, guys. So get your warm up in, and then if you're doing barbell squats, then after doing a little bit of warm up, you can go into your barbell squat. Here I'm showing a side angle of the squat. Pretty much, guys, if you want your form to be good. If you can't squat fully ass to grass, it's okay. Maybe you can just squat. You could put a bench behind your butt and you can just squat to the bench. But I just wanted to show here that I have a pretty deep squat range of motion that feels healthy to me. So squatting works for me. And here I'm just showing another variation of squat. So another way to warm up is doing a jump squat. And that's a great thing to do if you have no equipment, is you could always just do jump squats. And you can get in a great workout just with jump squats, guys. So I do like to barbell squat these days. When I started training years ago, when I started hitting the gym regularly back in like 2015, I would not do squats, guys. I didn't feel like the squat was good for me. It would hurt my neck, the back of my neck there, because my posture wasn't as good, so I had a little bit more of a hump in my neck, and it just never felt good. So guys, you don't need to squat. That's what I'm saying. Only squat if it feels good to you. You don't have to torment yourself and squat if it feels like it's not the right movement that you need. So if this doesn't work, guys, go to your seated leg press, or you can do Bulgarian split squats, which I will show as well. That's another good alternative. Or you can do lunges, guys. So those are good alternatives if squatting isn't your thing. So I totally get it. Squatting isn't for everybody. In fact, squatting shouldn't be done by like a good amount of people in Western society, because we're not used to squatting. Asians, on the other hand, people in Asian countries tend to squat all the time. So something like a loaded squat might be better for them, because they have that range of motion. And I've developed that as well over the years. So now squatting actually feels really good for me. So if squatting isn't something that you like right now, if you focus on mobility and things like this, or just doing body weight squats, eventually I think you should be able to do barbell squats and work up to it if you want to. I also wanted to show a side angle here of the barbell squat, guys. You kind of want the barbell to just go straight down, pretty much. It's almost straight down. So that's kind of how you know your form is good. If you're kind of leaning too forward, that's not a good thing. And the last thing you want to do is get injured, guys. So this was my first set of weighted squats. I generally do one plate. If you're new to this, just go really light, guys. Add like 10 pounds to each side, 25. Make your way up to a plate eventually. Or maybe you can max out your top set. Your heavy set could be one plate if you're a beginner. So don't feel like you need to slap on a plate right away, guys, if you have never squatted before. Seriously, like there's no competition in the gym. The greatest competitor is yourself, and if you get injured, well, you just screwed yourself. So prioritize safety, good form, and build up with progressive overload over time. Don't worry, you will get stronger. All right, so after that set of squats, I'm coming back to do more calf raises. Like I said, I stagger my workouts. So I'm doing my next set here, and it's pretty much straightforward, guys. So that's generally, if you want to, a lot of people, like when they're training, especially with squats, you kind of start light and then you work up to your top weight. So you start light, next set could be a little heavier, next set could be your heaviest, and then you can descale from there. Or you can build up and do 5 sets if you want. So generally when I squat, I do 4 to 5 sets, guys. But if you're just starting out, don't worry, 3 sets is good enough. But if you want to get in like a deeper workout, 5 sets, 4 or 5 sets is a nice thing to do. I figured I would say a little something about this. So after I do these shrugs, guys, it's really convenient. There's a little bar here I can hang from on the Smith machine. Probably the same with yours. So it's nice to do a little hang sometimes to decompress the spine after you do a movement like this, which is kind of putting a lot of downward compression on the spine. And here, guys, I just did 1 set, or I was doing pistol squats, just showing you, you can train your legs body weight with jump squats or pistol squats, and you can get in a great workout, guys, without any gym equipment. So if you can build up yourself up to just doing even just a few pistol squats, it's a great thing, guys. And you just want to be careful on your knee, listen to yourself, and you could also hold on to a pole or a wall or something on your side if you want a little added balance when you're doing a pistol squat. And this is a Bulgarian split squat that I'm demonstrating here. I don't do these too often. I actually find that the load on my knees feels like it's more intense pressure on my knees, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I actually do like these, and I am going to incorporate more Bulgarian split squats into my training, and not just barbell squatting. But pretty much, guys, as you can see, you set up the Bulgarian split squats. You can watch other videos for specific form advice. I'm not the greatest at these, but pretty much you want to get set up like I am. The annoying thing about the way I did it here is there's that other little round cushion thing that was blocking my back knee from fully touching the ground, which is a little bit annoying, but I kind of just dealt with it anyway. So these are great, guys, honestly, they really are. But like I said, I did notice after doing these, feeling a little bit more kind of pressure in my knees than I do feel from a squat. So if you have knee issues, be careful with these and just be mindful and go light. I was going pretty heavy on these, so maybe that is why I felt some knee tension. And it goes without really having to say, but don't forget to do both legs, guys.
Last set of squats, let's go, baby.
So this video is already kind of long. I'm not going to show every single set that I'm doing, but this was my last set, and I just wanted to record that and get that in here. Guys, this is 205 pounds. It's not like it's crazy weight, but this was my top set for today, or for this video. So yeah, I don't really believe so much in doing, 1 rep maxes and like trying to like PR every time you go to the gym. Like, I don't think that's healthy. So I generally try to stay for a weight that I can do at least 3 to 4 reps, but generally, like with this weight, you could see I got, I think, 5 or 6 reps. So yeah, that's the way I like to train, guys. I don't like to go too heavy. I like to kind of go for more reps pretty much, and not as much strain on the body. But still, obviously, it is a good amount of strain on the body nonetheless.
So my last set of squats, I normally do a drop set, but today I have a birthday to go to, running late for, and I'm already really fatigued. It's been a great workout, so I'm not going to do the full drop set, just doing a low rep, top weight. So yeah, much love, everybody.
And to end my leg day, guys, I like to come back to this machine, doing the leg extensions, guys. I do generally 2 or 3 sets of leg extensions and curls. So that pretty much wraps it up, guys. Have fun with it. This is a really good basis for any leg workout. Anyone who's trying to go to the gym and train their legs, they don't really know what to do. If you stick to this routine, I guarantee you'll make a lot of strength gains, and you'll be very happy. So the most important thing, guys, is just be mindful of each rep, of your form. Really work on that mind-muscle connection to isolate your muscles that you're training while relaxing the rest of your body as best you can. I think that's one of the keys that you start to realize more and more as you train more and more. And like I kind of said earlier, guys, it's really important to find the joy in training and not just feel like it's like this chore that you're doing that you don't want to do and you're like suffering. Find the joy in it. Find the bliss in the pain of the training. And it's beautiful, guys. You can really come to enjoy training where it feels like something that you do want to do. That being said, even people like me who train a lot, there's going to be times where you feel lazy, you don't feel like training. But guys, the hardest part really is just getting to the gym, putting yourself in a mental state where you're like, all right, I'm going. So that's really the hardest part, just showing up, and it's pretty easy. So much love, guys. I wish you all the best. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments.
All right, everybody, I just got done a little bit of a steam sauna after that leg workout. I hope you guys like it. There's a lot to take from this video, guys. It's very good. This is just a great
workout, a leg day routine for anybody. So I made this for literally anybody, but this is the routine that I choose to still do when I do weightlifting. And so if you're on like a push-pull leg split, this is a great leg day split, and just a good way to get your legs really strong. So I hope you guys liked it, guys. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more. Gonna be a lot more cool stuff to come along the lines of health, wealth, and fitness. Let's go, baby. One love. And massage, of course, too. So I'm a massage therapist, of course, if you guys don't know. I need a massage. I'm actually getting a massage on Friday, I think. So anyway, guys, much love. Take care, everybody, and happy training. Peace.